Welcome. I'm Reverend Barbara Adams. I am the minister and spiritual director of this wonderful place, Unity Rochester Spiritual Center. We wanted to invite the community. We wanted to invite you. We wanted to see your faces, and we want to join with your energy. And before we get started, I want to just do some housekeeping. We have exits are here, 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 and there, and there, and then you see where the exit door is to the front, and actually there's an exit door, 2 exit doors through these doors, should we need them. So it's important to know this. The lavatories go out the back door there and make a quick left turn, and then you'll see ladies and gentlemen there. We have water on the counter for you. Help yourself with that. We have love donation envelopes that are under the seats in front of you. We'd love for you to feel free to offer from your abundance whatever you are comfortable with, if you'd like to fill those out a little bit so we can stay in touch with you. And at the end of service, there'll be somebody, Michael will be in the back by the exit door where you can just put them into a box. And we thank you in advance for your generosity. Our bookstore, which is out here to your left, will be open for about a half an hour after service. And please take your time and look through. There are wonderful resources in here. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and myself, again, as the minister and spiritual director of our spiritual home, we welcome you. We are so happy that you're here. And when the idea came up for trying to make a decision as to what can we do within our community to add to the peace and to the light and to the love of our city, of our country, and of our world. The board and I agreed that coming together to share our energy and to share our love and our intentions of peace was truly the right thing to do. There will be 4 of these services, and I will put the dates up on the screen at the end. I hope that not only will you come back for each service, but take the hand of a friend and take the hand of a neighbor and invite them to sit down with you and with us here. It's our intention to recognize that everything is energy. Everything is energy. We are energy. And we exude energy. And we can exude the energy of high vibrations of love and peace and joy. Or we can exude what seems to be going around in our city and in our country and throughout sections of the world, low vibrations of energy, of fear, of anger, and of attack. And it's really scientific that energy, like energy, attracts like energy. And so if we are exuding the energy of love and peace and of joy, and we're feeling it within our hearts and within our mind, we are sending it to our brothers and sisters. We have the power to change the trajectory from negative to positive, from fear to love, from war to peace. We have that power. One of our members here, thank you, John, reminded me of the Maharishi effect. Thank you, John, which establishes the principle that individual consciousness affects collective consciousness. That the energy of each one of us affects the energy of everyone. And so we have a choice. I also studied A Course in Miracles and made it very clear. There are only two choices, love or fear. Makes it so easy, love or fear. How do we want to live? Do we want to live in love or do we want to live in fear? Do we want to live by listening to the ego's rants of attack or by spirit, whatever we call spirit, whatever we call God? Do we want to live in that place of love? And do we want to extend that love? I'd like to offer an opening prayer. Welcome. Welcome. Have a seat. Join us. Thank you. I'd like to offer an opening prayer, and I'm going to start with some lines from a poem written by Amanda Gorman, National Youth Poet Laureate. The poem she wrote is called The Hill We Climb, and these few lines to me say it all. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it. To be the light. And so, an opening prayer. And I offer this to God, to Yahweh, to Allah, to Ahura Mazda, to Creator, to the Great Spirit, to Shiva, to the Timeless One, to Akal Marat, to the Messiah, to Jehovah, to Elohim. Holy Creator, we are the light of the world. May we consciously spread our light, our truth that we are love. May we extend acceptance and compassion and peace. May we extend this to our city. May we extend this to our state and to our nation and to the world. As I offer this prayer, will you please tap into that special spiritual place within you and feel the rising of your vibration of love and of peace and of joy. And within your mind, extend it to all of our brothers and sisters. However, we must first begin to heal our own wounds before we can recognize our truth and the truth of others. To try to heal others, to try to heal our city, our nation, and our world, without healing ourselves, we are sending ourselves into a dark room and slamming the door. Because we are carrying with us the pain and the prejudices. We didn't ask for this pain and we didn't ask for these prejudices because we were all born innocent. All of us were born innocent, joyful, playful, with arms wide open. And because of the imprints of some individuals, of society, of some institutions, that innocence was covered over with a basket where our light was dimmed. May we remove that basket. May we release our light. May we feel our light. May we ask to be healed. And so, Holy Creator, we ask for your blessing upon this service. We ask for your blessing upon our city, our nation, and the world as we consciously remember our unity with you and work together to bring peace. I'd like to read a beautiful reading. It's from the book The Clear Light by Steve Taylor. One of our board members, Mary Jo Tenike, shared this with me, as well as many other resources. And I'm going to ask you to listen to this, and to not only listen with your ears, but listen with your heart. And to remember that we have the power. It is entitled Empathy. Without empathy, we see enemies everywhere. We feel threatened by strangers when they come close. We strengthen our defenses and protect our resources in case others try to steal what's rightfully ours. But with empathy, not sympathy, empathy. A feeling of love and compassion toward our brothers and sisters. But with empathy, we see brothers and sisters. When strangers come close, we see kinship. We embrace them and open up our lives to them, knowing they are entitled to share what is ours. Without empathy, we feel incomplete. The goal of our life is to accumulate, society tells us. The goal is to accumulate, to build an empire, to claim ownership of the world, so that one day we might feel whole. But with empathy, we feel no sense of lack. The goal of our life is to contribute, to alleviate suffering, to help heal the world, and strengthen our connection to the whole. Without empathy, the world seems full of separateness. The closer we look, the more separateness we see. And the essence of reality appears to be tiny, solid building blocks of matter. But with empathy, the world is in unity. The closer we look, the more connection we see, and the essence of reality reveals itself as a vast space of formless oneness. Without empathy, other human beings are objects, machines made up of inert materials that we can use for our own ends and discard once they have no more use. Without empathy, the ego has a solid boundary. We live as prisoners, trapped inside ourselves, as the torment of our isolation is redirected at the world as hatred. But with empathy, the self is soft and fluid. We're part of the world as the world is part of us. And through our openness, like a river through a channel, we feel an endless flow of love. If we have empathy for our brothers and sisters, we have no desire to hurt them. If we feel a small amount even of what they are feeling, we don't want to attack them. If we remember that we are all energetically, divinely one, why would we hurt them? Because then we are hurting ourselves. So to extend love, because we feel the empathy, we feel the connection, we feel the love, the desire within us to reach out and offer a safe space is an act of love. It's an act of peace. It's an act of healing. Seeing the truth of ourselves allows us to see the truth of our brothers and sisters. I am not this body. This body is a vehicle to carry me around to do what my Creator has asked me to do. It is merely my vehicle. The truth of who I am is that spirit within me that is connected to the divine. And as I speak of what is me, I encourage you to think of what is you. Are you the body? Or are you the spirit within? Are you the love within you that feels a tug of love toward your brother and sister? Who are you? Who am I? What is our task on this earthly plane? It couldn't be just simply to go to work and come home, watch TV, go to bed, wake up the next day. It can't be that. Although the job that we go to or the tasks that we do can be the medium through which we share our love. Caring for kittens, caring for plants, caring for grandchildren, caring for the elderly, caring for a stranger. I pointed at you, Stan, when I said the elderly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, that's okay. You hit the nail on the head.
And caring for ourselves. As I said before, we can't heal others until we heal ourselves, or at least to begin the healing process. To the congregation here who regularly attends on Sundays, they've heard me say this before, and I just think it's so important. There is a prayer, the Ho'oponopono prayer. It is so simple. It's 4 lines. And it's so easy to remember. I see smiles like some of you know Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian prayer. There's a beautiful history about it. I encourage you to even attempt to write Ho'oponopono and see what comes up. And you will see the amazing story of healing that took place. And it is not fiction, it is real. This is the essence of the Ho'oponopono prayer. And this is how we can begin to heal ourselves. I will read it through one time, and then I'll read it through again and ask you to engage. The first part of this is, I'm sorry. which can be extended to another person or even to ourselves if we have not been kind to ourselves. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm going to ask you to just focus in on one individual that perhaps you have judged, you perhaps have maligned. We're all capable of that, myself included. And see if you would like to offer this prayer of forgiveness for that individual. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, please. And I will read through each of these statements slowly. I'm sorry that I've been judging you. I'm sorry. Envision that person. See their heart. Perhaps see their hurt or their rejection. I'm sorry. See the expression on their face as if you were really in person with this person as you say, I'm sorry. See their face, see their expression. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for forgetting who I am, the truth of who I am, and for forgetting the truth of who you are, which is pure love and peace and joy. Please forgive me. Feel what resonates within you. Attempt to feel what is resonating in this other person. Thank you. Thank you for forgiving me. For at least even being open to considering forgiving me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. The light and the love within me sees the light and the love within you. I love you. Not on this earthly plane, perhaps, because it might feel strange, but within the divinity of my own mind, knowing that we are one, I truly love you. And so it is. I'd like us to, or like you to, we'll do this together, to think of either our city or all of together, our city, our nation, and our world. They're individuals whom when we see or hear or think of causes us some angst. Because at that time we have forgotten who we are and we have forgotten who they are. So if you can envision someone or a nation or a leader or those who have committed crimes, even if you don't see their faces, let's offer them Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry that I've been judging you. Because as I judge you, I add to the negative energy. I do nothing to help raise your spirit up when I judge you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, because I forgot who I am and I forgot who you are. If you're able to envision those leaders or those candidates or those individuals within our city who are so lost that they're calling out for love in any way they know, send them your love, please. Send them your healing light. Ask for their forgiveness as you forgive yourself. Thank you. The love within me loves the love within you. The light within me loves the light within you. The truth within me loves the truth within you. And my commitment, anytime I begin to judge and I forget who I am, I will say to myself, stop. Holy Creator, help me to remember my truth. Divine Spirit, Great Spirit, Allah, Yahweh, help me to remember my truth and the truth of my brothers and sisters, so that we may heal our city, our country, and our world. I'd like us to take some silent time. We'll have some music, gentle music playing for meditation. Whether you would like to meditate, pray, or contemplate. Contemplate something like, what is my role in healing this world, this city, this nation? In the silence, if you wish to repeat the Ho'oponopono prayer, do that, or use your own prayers. We would like to provide you with the silence and time in order to do this. If you'd like to close your eyes and drop your shoulders. Release all the tension from your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back. Soften those muscles, your legs and your feet. In the silence, offer what is most needed by you, prayer, meditation, or contemplation, and I will be silent. love. And truth. One of our prayer chaplains would come up and while I explain this. You were each given a candle as you walked in. Our prayer chaplains are going to light their candle and then light the one closest to them on the aisle. And if you could share your light with those near you, I would like us to, as much as possible, stay seated. And at the end, we'll stand and offer our light. Go right ahead, Liz. And as we share our light, I'll ask you to be careful as much as possible that the wax doesn't drip on the rug. Let's see if we can dim those lights in a minute, even more. And as we're lighting, please join me in singing, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine. This little light, I'm gonna make it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." Should we take it up one? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Let me hear you. Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let nobody blow it out. I'm gonna let it. Oh, Lordy, not gonna let no one blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Offer your light to the world, to our country, to our city, to each one of us, that we may see the light and be the light we wish to see in the world. And so it is. Amen. Ah, beautifully. Beautiful. Thank you. Our prayer chaplains will come down and collect your candles if you can send them to the center. Thank you, Steve. I think we need a longer service. 45 minutes just is not enough. My friends, I thank you for being here and sharing your light and sharing your love, because I felt it. I felt your vibration. And I hope that we will make a commitment throughout this next month, because I know you're going to join us again on September 18th. Thomas Warfield will be here with me, singing and praying with us. I hope you'll make a commitment to stop whenever you feel that urge, that human urge to judge, and that you'll offer love and peace to our brothers and sisters. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And once again, we are reminded of how whole we are. I thank you for your love. I thank you. And together, may we end this by just sitting in our seats and singing, "Let there be peace on earth." Let there be peace on earth. And why don't we stand in with me? Let there be peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, I'm sorry, be my science vow. To take each moment and good to have you here. It's eternally. Sing it out. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Please bring your friends and your family. God bless. Have a good evening. Bookstore is still open.